Okay, so there's my little brunch. It's quinoa and salad and avocado. There's a carrot there and a bunch of my new batch of sauerkraut. And that is some collard green and chickpea miso and tomato and onion soup that I made yesterday. And it's a beautiful morning. Woo, yeah. It's totally nice. I'm like totally naked. And really enjoying this day. So there. Alright, so I'll try and talk and eat at the same time. I'm pretty good at that. I know it's not necessarily great for your health, but we'll make do. Okay. I'm going to put some sunflower seeds on there too. Now I've been watching barefoot videos, barefoot walking videos, and I've been doing the barefooting at the park, not naked. But it has been really, really good, and you know, being a massage therapist, I can tell you that the reflexology benefits are really awesome. I can feel it really stimulating my feet, more so if I'm walking on like bark or something, but I'm mostly just walking in the grass and getting more accustomed to being barefoot. And you know, I've learned that it's just a matter of time sometimes for us to get ready for things, and that's why they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I can think of so many things that I'm just coming into, just getting into, that I've known about for years and years and years. And I dabbled in them here and there along the way, but I just wasn't ready to take on the electricity thing very deeply, just superficially. And I wasn't ready to go barefoot very much, just occasionally. And there are a zillion things, and sometimes I think to myself, well, the aliens, they know that we're not ready for them, and so they're not going to present themselves until they think that we are. And so it really is just one day at a time, and those of us that have achieved things a little bit more in advance than the rest of you will try and lead the way and show you what we've learned, and then you can take what you like and maybe postpone the rest. Or just consider them. Consider these things to be potentially important for your life. Guess I won't talk and eat because I can't do that very well. But yeah, these things are the barefoot walking, and also, of course, you know, I've been reducing my electrical exposure. And when I go to the park, I try to stay clear away from the big power lines that are on the east side or the north side of the park, and stay to the west. But then the closer I am, farther I am to the west, the closer I am to the freeway, which is on the other side of the river, which is about 150 yards, 200 yards away. So I keep thinking to myself, well, you know, just do your best just do your best in this moment, and that's it. That's all you can do. And at the same time, I am planning an excursion to Costa Rica, and I don't know if that'll be good. I don't know if that'll be a good deal to go down there where it's not necessarily as safe in some regards, and you know, it's a different world. But sometimes we need to adapt to new worlds. So I have a connection down there. I found a really sweet retreat that I can go to for cheap, and maybe we'll teach a little massage. I don't know. So I've been contemplating getting some moccasins, some elk skin moccasins, and I know I'm vegan, and elk skin has the potential to have chemicals in it, but I'm dabbling in, I'm questioning someone that sells them on eBay, and maybe I'll find a nice compromise, because I don't necessarily believe that it's bad to utilize something like an animal skin if that animal has died naturally, and of course these probably haven't. But it's not a perfect world. That's the thing. And it doesn't seem that there is another material that will also ground to the earth while I'm walking on it like skin does. And yes, I know I can get my skin to be very thick on the bottom of my feet, but the American Indians wore moccasins. Native tribes around this world have worn shoes of various kinds, and that was for a reason. And I've watched some of the videos about the benefits of barefooting, and I totally agree. When you can go barefoot, yeah, it's a good idea. But on certain surfaces, it's definitely going to be better to have something in between your feet and the ground. And if you can get that something to be grounding you to the earth, so that you're getting the benefits of the negative ions from the earth, and also giving you the reflexology benefits, and also the orthotics that I make and sell are hugely beneficial for the arch of your foot, and you're not always getting good pressure on the arch depending on the surface that you're walking on when you are barefoot. You know, it comes and goes. If you're walking on something like bark, like I mentioned, then you'll get pressure. You know, if you're walking on stones, then you'll get pressure on the arch sometimes. But it can also be damaging to your feet. And I've seen that firsthand with a friend of mine, go from perfectly smooth feet to feet that were all just cut and bruised in a couple of months, and he probably did it too fast, for sure. But I'm dabbling. Remember, it's really important to really think about the pros and cons of everything that you're doing, and don't just jump to a conclusion because somebody says that this is how it is and that there's no validity to another thing. It doesn't make sense, because there's always some validity to everything. It's that you have to weigh the pros and cons and decide which is the best decision for you in this moment. You know this, but you don't. Some people don't know it as deeply as I do, and so I encourage you to experiment with a lot of different things and be open-minded to a lot of different things, and keep progressing. That's what helps you to keep progressing, to keep moving forward. And let's see, Yesterday I bought some BT, and I don't remember what that stands for. It's a long name, but it is a bacteria that you put on your plants in your garden, and it supposedly kills various cabbage worms and that type of not insect, but bug, for lack of a better, more knowledgeable word on that. And so I'm still, I would consider definitely a beginning gardener, even though I've been at it for a while on and off. But I bought some BT, and I bought some Sluggo, which is iron. And the slugs eat the iron pellets, and that kills them. And it's natural also. So I was very hesitant before to try anything that was going to kill the bugs. And admittedly, it would be better to have predator bugs in the garden and to gradually increase them to the point of where they ate all the other bugs, which they're still going to die. They're getting eaten by other bugs, but it would seem to be a more natural, possibly more humane way to do it. I'm trying to become a more kind and gentler person as I get older and more wiser, because I'm learning that it's not good to be the opposite. And we have to do these things in any way we can, gradually, more and more, so that we can evolve. And of course, vegetarianism, or preferably veganism, is part of that. And you know, anyone that's out there that's working towards that should know that no, you're not going to just instantly become kinder and gentler. You've seen me in my days when I am definitely not. And so, but in time, it definitely forces you to be that way if you hold strong to it. Because it's just, you are what you eat. You are what you eat and breathe and drink, and you are what you think and feel. You create your own destiny. Everything that you are, everyone that you hang out with, the world, the society that you live in, it all affects you. You're a sponge. You're a sponge, and that which is in you that's not good, you want to get out. So let me talk a little bit about cleansing now. Maybe I better hold off for another video. I'm not sure how long I've been going here. Let's see. Alright, 10 minutes. We can do a few more. Okay, so the process of cleansing, people have been asking me about that. So let's say you're a sponge, and you are. You absorb everything. Some people more so than others. Well, in order to get the bad out, you load your bod full of good food. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get more of the good in and more of the bad out. In with the good, out with the bad. And so you load yourself full of good food. And then you go exercise, and you create heat, and you drink a lot of water, and you go through a period of build-up, and then you go through a period of breakdown. And it's a continual process, and everything works in cycles, round and around, up and down, in and out, flowing, constantly flowing. And some people are stuck, and you don't want to get stuck, because then, you know, stagnation is death. And so you want everything to flow in your life. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to gradually work away from the foods that don't flow good, and I believe definitely towards the foods that are live, and away from the foods that create stagnation. And so you take in more and more plant-based foods and you reduce the animal-based foods. And now I'm to the point of where I'm reducing the heavy fats as much as possible, and eating more probiotic foods, and learning about foods that have been fermented. I've got another book on Amazon that I need to buy about that. Right now I just barely got to where I could make good sauerkraut. I know that sounds odd, but I'm not the kind of a person that follows rules very well. And one of the things that you need to adhere to in regards to like you can just wing it with a lot of recipes, but with sauerkraut you have to have the right amount of salt. And the better that you get at making sauerkraut, and the better the quality of the cabbage is, and the cleaner the environment is, the more you can reduce the salt. I'm kind of going out on tangents here, but let me bring it back to the center real quick. When you get out on a limb, then that's when you start to feel uncomfortable, and that's when you need to come back to the center. So the cleansing, you're going through these cycles over and over and over and over again, washing your body out on the exterior and the interior, and breaking your body down, sweating. Sometimes when people quit something that they're addicted to, they'll have dreams. I'll tell you that I have experienced bad dreams about whatever I was trying to get rid of for months on end. And what you're looking at is the product of someone that was very, very sick and addicted to a lot of things, and still is to a degree, but nothing like what I was 10 or 20 years ago, because I gradually worked my way out of those holes. And when I did, I went through these cycles of cleansing and regenerating, and just getting rid of the electricity recently. Because see, electricity makes you tense up. It makes you tense up, and so that can be beneficial because you're holding in your stuff, and people like to hold in their stuff because releasing is hell. It's tough to release, to cry, to puke, all these things that we have to do to get out our baggage. And so everything goes in cycles. The clouds, the rays, they come and they go. I think I will end it there. I don't want to make these too long, but I hope that you learned something. It's an art, healing, and it's an art teaching. I keep getting better at that and talking on these videos, and sometimes you'll see that I stutter or I'm short-minded, I can't think of something, and you know that I'm going through maybe another little bit of cleansing, and that's hitting my mind. So for you to experience what I'm experiencing is hugely valuable, because it's going to happen to you over and over again through your days. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're doing well.